Hey everybody, Jack here with MajorLeagueTrading.com, coming at you with your weekly technical trade plan. Let's take a look at the news events that we have coming up on Monday. So on Monday at 7:30 p.m. we're going to have the current account retail sales for the Australian dollar. And then at 10:30 we're going to have the RBA rate statement. So Monday is going to be an active day for the Australian dollar. On Tuesday at 4:30 a.m., you have services PMI for the Great Britain pound. At 8:30, we have the Canadian trade balance. At 10 a.m., ISM non-manufacturing PMI. And at 7:30, out of the Aussie dollar, we're going to have the GDP quarter-over-quarter statement. On Wednesday at 8:15 a.m., ADP non-farm employment change. For the US dollar at 10 a.m., we have Canadian news with the Bank of Canada rate statement and overnight rate. At 10:30, crude oil inventories. And at 7:30, the Australian trade balance. So that's a lot of news for the Canadian dollar here at 10 o'clock to 10:30 because the crude oil inventories can affect the Canadian dollar as well. So Wednesday, we'll definitely be looking at possible trades in Canadian dollar. On Thursday, 8:30 a.m., unemployment claims for the US dollar, and 11 a.m., we're going to have ECB President Draghi speaking. Friday, for the Great Britain pound, we have manufacturing production at 4:30, and then at 8:30 a.m., average hourly earnings, non-farm employment rate, and unemployment rate are going to be the news events for the week. So I picked a couple markets here that I want to focus on. I do have the AUD up. Big news on Monday evening. I have a major level of resistance up between 76.70 to 76.75. You can see when this market started breaking down going back to the 10th of November. Where did that begin? That is a leg start area. This level of consolidation, if we retest, I imagine we will fail from those levels. You can see the previous lows here that we had broken down from, this 76.40 level, which was the low before the move lower. As we've retested that, we've been unable to get above. We tested it once on the 27th, and then we tested it last Friday on December 1st. I want to look at the higher end of that range when that breakdown had begun at that 76.70 to 76.75, and I have alerts set at those levels for a potential short trade. Moving on to the Nasdaq, which is the weakest market here. It's Monday, halfway through the day. European session is just closed, but the resistance level I want to pay attention to is like 63.47 to 63.57. I'm giving it a 10-point range. That is where we really failed to find any momentum above. Now, we did have a gap up Sunday on the tax bill being passed through the Senate, but it's been sold, and we're right back near the lows of last week, Wednesday and Thursday. The Nasdaq has been the weakest market over a 5 and 10-day period and continues to show its relative weakness here today on Monday compared to the S&P, the Russell, and the Dow. As far as support levels below, I have a retest of 62.52 to 62.55 is where I would like to look for a potential long setup. Right now, we are mid-range. So 62.55 on the support zones, 63.47 quarter to 63.57 on the resistance. Everything in between there I'm really not interested in. It's at those outer edges of the ranges that I'm wanting to participate in this market. Moving on to oil. Last week in the trade plan video, I actually had a 56.69 level. We traded 56.73, just barely above that support. So I want to go back out and once again anticipate a retest of that 56.69. Oil inventory reports are on Wednesday. It's possible that we trade down to those levels either before or after the report, and that is where I will be looking for a potential long trade setup. I've set my alerts there, and I'm going to be patiently waiting. If we do get below, my next level is 55.96. Also have an alert set there, just a couple ticks above, so I'm aware when it trades before it trades. Moving on to the European Euro-Japanese yen spot forex market. I have a major level of support of 130.15. This is a level of support you can take forward, meaning you can take it if it trades, as long as we stay beneath these highs. This might trade 2 weeks from now, it might trade 2 days from now, but that is a major level of support here for me. Also, I want to pay attention to the 50% retracement here at 132.76. That is another level of support. It's the area we had broken out from. I will be paying attention to this week. That is much closer than my level of support below, which is 130.15, about 340 pips below. So it could be a while for that level to trade, but you should pay attention to it when it does. 132.76 is that level here that I'm going to be looking for in the European Japanese yen. But that's going to conclude this week's video. If you guys are interested in learning more about some technical analysis, check out our YouTube, majorleaguetrading.com, and I look forward to seeing you there. Take care.